This video is directed toward my estate planning colleagues, my estate planning attorney colleagues in Florida, because I hear a lot of misinformation coming from estate planning attorneys who don't do Medicaid planning. When I bring up that most of my practice is Medicaid planning, there's some questions that indicate to me a lack of understanding, and it's really important for me, and I think it would be important to you to, if you're relaying this information to your clients, you want to be relaying good information. So that's the purpose of this video. So the number one misconception I hear from my estate planning colleagues is they believe that Medicaid planning is only about nursing home care. And the answer to that is, while nursing home care is an important part of what we do in helping people protect their assets so that they don't have to suffer the full nursing home bill, which can be $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 per month, that's not all Medicaid pays for. In fact, most of my clients are not in nursing homes. Most of my clients want to avoid going to a nursing home altogether, and I'm here to help them do that, because in addition to nursing home care, Medicaid in the state of Florida will pay for a portion of a participating assisted living facility, and they will pay for some home care. So even in that, there are some misconceptions. So for example, did you know that every nursing home in the state of Florida, if they accept Medicare, must also accept Medicaid? So some people think, well, if I get on Medicaid, then I'm going to be relegated to these lower level, junky skilled nursing facilities. And the answer is no. The best nursing homes in the state have to take Medicaid because of their licensing requirements. So getting someone on Medicaid in a nursing home is not going to negatively impact the quality of care that they get. The best nursing homes from the worst nursing homes all accept Medicaid. Now, in an assisted living facility, it's a little bit different. Not every assisted living facility accepts Medicaid. So the super high-end, super luxury ones are not going to take Medicaid. They only want private pay, and that's their right. However, there are many nice facilities throughout the state of Florida that will accept Medicaid, and if we can get the state to help pay for a share of that bill, that can be a really nice benefit for your clients. And then most people don't want to be in an ALF or a nursing home either. If they want to receive care at home, Medicaid can also pay for care at home, and they don't have to use an agency unless they want to cover the home care. They can hire anybody they want, including family members. So some people need an agency to come in because they need that help. Other people have family members taking care of them, and they would rather hire that person. Not that Medicaid pays particularly well, but again, if you have a relative who's providing the care anyway, might as well get them paid for it. The other misconception is I hear people say, well, Medicaid planning is all about spending down. It's all about the spend down. And so essentially you're spending all of your money, and when you have no money left, that's when you qualify for Medicaid. Well, you can do it that way, but if all my clients came to me and my only advice to them was, let's just spend all of your money, I wouldn't have very many clients. What we're doing is essentially asset protection for the middle class, okay? So people come to me because they have too much and they don't want to spend everything to qualify for Medicaid, and we're able to legally and ethically, through different strategies, protect their assets so that they don't have to spend everything, and so that they don't have to wait 5 years. Which brings me into the other big misconceptions. Everyone says there's a 5-year look-back period. There is a 5-year look-back period. That's absolutely true, but that doesn't mean you can't get Medicaid within 5 years. The strategies that I'm proposing for the people who need Medicaid now are not the ones that are going to trigger the 5-year look-back period. So again, in a nutshell, we have legal and ethical ways of getting money out of someone's name in a way that it's not considered a gift, and if it's not considered a gift, then they don't have to wait 5 years. So again, I have people who come to me with hundreds of thousands of dollars today, and within a month or two, they will be down to Medicaid levels. I do not hide anything from the government. I go, here's my client started off with $300,000. Now they have $2,000. Here's what we did with the money, and here's the corresponding state and federal rule that says what we did is okay. Okay, and then you cannot penalize my client. The state of Florida cannot penalize my client. So there is a 5-year look-back period, but it is the most commonly misunderstood concept in my world, and because people misunderstand what the 5-year look-back period really is, people are needlessly wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars when they can legally and ethically protect that. Now, If they do have 5 years to wait, then we might be talking about an asset protection trust where we are getting money out of their name and waiting 5 years, but that's not the majority of my clients. Most of my clients want Medicaid yesterday. Most of my clients are not waiting 5 years for Medicaid. I hope that's clear. The next misconception is, well, it's not worth it to go on to Medicaid because no matter what you do, Medicaid is going to have their hand out and they're going to ask for money back after you, the Medicaid recipient, passes away, and they're going to take the house. So in Florida, Medicaid will never take the house. If it's your primary residence, it's homestead protected. As we all know, homestead has this magical creditor protection quality in the state of Florida, and that includes the state with regard to Medicaid estate recovery. So the house is not going to be in jeopardy. Assets that don't go through probate, which is where you, the estate planning attorney, can help. If an asset doesn't go through probate, Medicaid does not have the right to touch it. So when I have an estate planning attorney who refers things to me, if there's estate planning work to be done, I refer that part back to the estate planning referral source because I always respect the referral source. But we can avoid probate, we can avoid or drastically minimize Medicaid estate recovery. There are some tools that will require a Medicaid payback obligation, but we're typically layering benefits on, layering strategies on top of each other to, again, oftentimes we're eliminating the prospect of Medicaid estate recovery, or at the very least, we are drastically reducing it. And so if we instruct, the point of all of this is to stretch their dollar out further. Medicaid's not perfect. So if we can set aside some money to help plug in the holes between what their income covers and what Medicaid covers so they can improve the quality of life, and then by extension make it more likely that they'll have something to pass on to their heirs, that's really what we're trying to do here. So if you're a estate planning attorney anywhere in the state of Florida and you're interested in talking to me about Medicaid planning for any of your clients, I hope you'll consider me, but it doesn't have to be me. Just we want to make sure that we stop propagating this bad information. You don't have to wait 5 years. The house is not at risk. There's ways to minimize or avoid Medicaid estate recovery entirely. Medicaid's not only for nursing homes, you don't have to just kind of wastefully spend your money. We can do things a little bit more intelligently and strategic than that. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to connect, please give us a call. And if you like this video, please share it. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get good information out to Floridians everywhere. Thank you.